to Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, passes away at 64.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, we announced that Quincy Jones died, and now Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, I'm saying her name right?
Yeah, and she was his only full sister. He had a couple of half siblings.
Understood. Has also transitioned. The singer was 64 years old, and her cause of death is currently unknown. The news was shared by Nelson's cousin, Charles Chaz Smith, in a brief social media post on November 4th. Our family is very saddened to share the news of my cousin, Tyka Evan Nelson, who passed away. Tyka Evini Nelson, who passed away this morning, he wrote. Tyka's son, President Leonard Leo Nelson, also reportedly later confirmed his mother's death to the Minnesota Star Tribune. The singer was Prince's only full sibling. They were both born to the John L. Nelson and Maddie Shaw Nelson. The musical genius rang in the family, since Tyka also followed a similar career path to Prince. The Minnesota-based artist released 4 albums in total throughout her musical career. They include Royal Blue, released in 1988, Yellow Moon, Red Sky, released in 1992, and Brand New Me, released in 2008, and her last album, Hustler, released in 2011. Tyka made the decision to retire from life in the public eye and was set to do a farewell concert in Minnesota in June. However, she fell sick. I'm getting older, she said to the Tribune of her decision at the time. I really wasn't a singer. I'm a writer. I just happened to be able to sing. I enjoy singing. On the topic of writing before her untimely death, Tyka was composing a memoir about herself and her family. In June, during an interview with the Tribune, the singer said the book wasn't finished and there were still a few more chapters to go. During the interview, Tyka also opened up about how she deals with loss, especially the death of her legendary brother who passed in 2016. I'm one heck of a grateful person who had wonderful people in their life. I miss their wisdom, she said. Tyka continued, if I could travel the whole world and meet people that loved him, I'm kind of the last link to him for some people. It's like giving back to him. As far as I'm concerned, he stayed because they loved his music. The singer is survived by her husband, Maurice Phillips, with whom she shared 6 children, daughters Danielle Phillips, Crystal Phillips, Chelsea Phillips, and sons Richard Phillips, Sir Monteith, Leo, and President. All right.
Yeah, it literally, and this is why I wanted to bring this up. I did follow her on the what's the Instagram, and she, I guess she's absolutely right. In a way, she was like the last link to Prince. She was like his biggest fan. She was always posting, stuff and pictures and merch and stuff, that was Prince related. The only album of hers that I actually did hear, I actually don't have it in my collection, but it is the 88 album Royal Blue. She was very talented. It was very clear that she and her brother were cut from the same cloth. I am a little surprised that she didn't. But it just wasn't her passion to go down the same route that her brother did. As she said, she was more of a writer. I honestly feel like there's a lot of very talented music writers out there that the only reason they even ever get into making their own music is sometimes out of a little bit of frustration that people aren't making their music the way they want them to. That's exactly why Elton John, for example, said that he got into performing. He really had just wanted to be a writer. And I think she just was like, forget it. I want to write. And a lot of her fans, myself included, were kind of speculating when she kind of pulled away and she said, I'm getting older, and she got sick and, canceled appearances, that she, might have something chronic going on. And we were hoping she would finish that memoir. So for fans, it's kind of really rough. But I just wanted to get a mention out there. This was important to me. I didn't expect it to be important to anyone else here, but, just wanted to get that one out there.
4 albums is nothing to sneeze at. Many of my favorite bands have only had about 4 albums. It's sometimes you don't get more than that.
And she actually wrote some more music that was performed by other people. They were never really huge hits, but I'm surprised that the article didn't talk about them. But that's fine. I mean, they got the major points out. She was more than her brother's sister, but for fans of her brother, she was like a link.
Like the last link.
Yeah.
I understand. Troy, if it's important to you, it's important to us. Well,
that's nice of you. Thank you.
But Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, passed away.